Before the city of Charlotte had the likes of the Panthers or Hornets, before the skyline in the southern banking capital became the city's reputation, the best team in town was a college basketball team in green and white. Cedric Maxwell said it himself. "We were the Panthers before the Panthers got here." While no professional teams were in Charlotte, the city showed up for its university. For a moment in time, Charlotte became more than a regional city. Through its basketball team, the 49ers put the school on the map. In 1977, Charlotte made the NCAA Final Four in the program's first ever tournament appearance. Charlotte's modern era began in the 1965-66 season, and in 1970 the program moved up to the NCAA Division I. It's important to understand how fast the rise of the program was. Within a decade of the modern program's beginning, the 49ers hit heights other programs still strive to achieve. By 1976, Charlotte entered the Sun Belt Conference, and in their first year as a member, the program's defining run is born. Before the peak of the program, 1975-76 served as the catalyst to future success. Led by first-year coach Lee Rose, Charlotte goes 24-6, receiving an NIT invite. Former assistant and later head coach Mike Pratt said they got pushed to the NIT because people claimed they didn't play anybody. And as he put it, they said we didn't play anybody. Well, we got to the finals of that. So off Charlotte go to New York City, going on a run that puts them in the NIT championship at Madison Square Garden. In the semifinal, they defeat NC State by 1 point. The fairy tale ends at the hands of Kentucky. In the title game, the 49ers lose by only 4 points. They lost, but March breeds experience, and the city got a preview of what was coming. Going into the 1976-77 season, Charlotte was ranked 19th in the preseason AP poll. They finished with a 28-5 record and ranked 17th in the final AP poll. They beat Georgia College and Eastern Kentucky to begin the season, then just barely lose to Tennessee, falling to 2-1 to begin. They then win 9 straight, having the streak snapped by a last-second 2-point loss at Wake Forest. 4 more wins brings them to 17-2, where they lose by 9 to St. Francis in Pennsylvania. From there, Charlotte follows up that loss by winning 11 straight games. That streak includes securing their first regular season Sun Belt title and a Sun Belt Conference Tournament championship. Not to mention, the final stretch of that streak comes during their Final Four run. Before we dissect the Final Four run game by game, let's talk about the key players on the team. The roster had a strong North Carolina backbone. Cedric Maxwell earned the nickname Cornbread because Melvin Watkins started calling him that after they saw a movie. And once the New York media picked it up during the NIT run, it stuck. Maxwell is a 6'8 center from Kinston, the catalyst of this team. He leads the team averaging 22.2 points per game, 12.12 rebounds per game, and his Charlotte career ends with 1,824 points, 1,117 rebounds, and 94 blocks. And the rebounds are still the school record. Maxwell is also the centerpiece of a stretch the record books frame as almost impossible. His teams post a 58-0 home record, and his career record was 97-18 when it was all said and done. Beside Maxwell is junior Lew Massey, a creative forward out of Pineville. His Charlotte career finishes with 2,149 points, which is second all-time in school history. Along with this, his 19.4 points per game average is second all-time. He is also the all-time leader in made field goals with 916. Captain Melvin Watkins was the unquestioned leader, a 6'3 guard from Reedsville. Lee Rose tells the story of scheduling a meeting with each returning player in 1975. Upon meeting Watkins first, he cancels every meeting afterward because he knows he's found his captain. Watkins waits 2 years to become a star, but as captain, he leads his teams to the 1976 NIT championship game and the 1977 NCAA Final Four. Along with Maxwell, he never loses a home game. Finally, freshman Chad Kinch rounds out the core, and he finishes his career in the Charlotte record books. 4th all-time in points with 2,020, 4th all-time in points per game at 18, 2nd all-time in made field goals with 846, and 3rd all-time in field goal attempts with 1,732. And if you're wondering where Charlotte played, that's a great question, because they were originally in the old Charlotte Coliseum. This season, the 49ers were 15-0 there, and they were also 4-0 at Belk Gym on campus. Whether it was uptown or on campus, nobody came to Charlotte and left with a win. With an unbeaten home record and rare bumps in the road, Charlotte secures the Sun Belt regular season title and follows that up by winning the inaugural Sun Belt Conference Tournament. The perks of the tournament are playing in Charlotte as the #1 seed and securing the program's first automatic bid to the NCAA Tournament. The 49ers beat New Orleans 71-70, and Cedric Maxwell was named tournament MVP. Maxwell also wins Sun Belt Player of the Year. Coach Lee Rose wins Sun Belt Coach of the Year and Sporting News Coach of the Year. Going into the NCAA Tournament, Charlotte is 25-3. We can't forget that this is their first ever trip to the NCAA Tournament. In their 7th season of being a D1 program, Charlotte becomes the youngest program and a first-year conference team to reach the Final Four. So the tournament begins at Assembly Hall in Bloomington, Indiana. Charlotte plays Central Michigan in the first round and wins 91-86 in overtime. Cedric Maxwell plays 45 minutes, finishing with 32 points and 18 rebounds, propelling the 49ers to the overtime victory. The next stop for the 49ers is Lexington, Kentucky at Rupp Arena. Charlotte takes on 5th-ranked Syracuse. A game they weren't supposed to win turns into an 81-59 beating. Maxwell scores 19, going 11 for 11 from the free throw line. And this was not a one-man job either. Every starter scores in the double figures. Another win for the 49ers means they stay put in Lexington to face the #1 team in the nation, the Michigan Wolverines. If the nation wasn't on notice now, they were when the buzzer sounded. Charlotte wins 75-68, and it sends the 49ers to the Final Four. The record book calls it the crown jewel. Maxwell has 25 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 blocks. Teammate Lew Massey puts up 19 and 11. Charlotte are the Mid-East Regional winners, and Maxwell is named Mid-East Regional MVP and Most Outstanding Player. Maxwell called it an unbelievable journey. Now it's off to Atlanta. Now it's the Final Four. The Final Four consists of Marquette, Chapel Hill, UNLV, and Charlotte. All travel down to the Omni in Atlanta for a chance to make it to a national championship. Charlotte takes on Al McGuire's Marquette, a team coming into the game at 23-7. In the sea of green and white in Atlanta, a Charlotte City Council member who was there later said, "It was electric. It was absolutely electric." Charlotte enters the game at 28-3, coming off a stunning win over Michigan. In a game spiritually guided by Tony Bennett, you get a combined 100 points scored. It's a slow and physical game, and it goes down to the wire. Tied at 49-all, Marquette throws a full court pass to Jerome Whitehead. He catches it and goes up at the rim. Maxwell gets a piece of it. The ball goes up, but it drops right back down through the net at the buzzer. Marquette beats the Horn, winning 51-49. The 49ers put up 49 points and lose to the eventual national champion. The journey is over, but there is a consolation prize to play for: 3rd place. UNLV loses to Chapel Hill, setting up a 3rd place showdown between Rose's 49ers and Jerry Tarkanian's Rebels. Unfortunately for the 49ers, the Final Four hangover proves to be real. The 49ers lose 94-106, Kinch drops 30, Maxwell shoots 12 for 13 from the free throw line, and Charlotte put up 94 points, grabbed 51 rebounds, but despite their tournament highs, they still lose the game. And this loss itself marks the end of Watkins and Maxwell's incredible college careers. Not long after, Charlotte commemorates a once-in-a-lifetime feat by retiring Cedric Maxwell's 33 and Melvin Watkins' 32. They leave the program with 58 straight home wins, 4 22 or more win seasons, and a total record of 97-18. Later, the NBA draft comes for the Final Four roster. Watkins is drafted in the 1977 NBA draft in the 4th round, pick number 68 by the Buffalo Braves. In that same draft, Cornbread Maxwell is drafted 12th overall by the Boston Celtics. A year later, Lew Massey is drafted in the 2nd round, 38th overall by the Lakers, and he is cut about a month before the 78-79 season opener. Chad Kinch is drafted 22nd overall in the 1980 NBA draft by the Cavs, and he plays during the 1980-81 season, appearing with Cleveland and later with Dallas. Maxwell's pro career was destined to be good given his Charlotte years. Upon being drafted to the Celtics, he wins 2 NBA championships in 1981 and 1984. In the first championship, he is named Finals MVP. The first Finals MVP from a North Carolina school was not Michael Jordan or Tim Duncan. It was Cornbread Maxwell from Charlotte. His successes are celebrated in Boston as they retired as number 31 in 2003. Coach Lee Rose has another successful path after departing from Charlotte. He leaves after the 77-78 season, finishing his tenure at Charlotte with a 72-18 record across 3 seasons. He takes the Purdue job in the offseason, and beginning the 78-79 season, he leads Purdue to a Big Ten regular season title. The season after, he brings the Boilermakers to the Final Four. At the time, he is one of 10 coaches to take 2 different schools to the Final Four. Rose's career ends with stints at South Florida, and he even dabbled in NBA assistant coaching positions with the Spurs, Bobcats, and others. While 1977 was 49 years ago, the city of Charlotte has flourished since the original 49ers March run. Maxwell once said, "They were the biggest game in town," nearly 20 years before the likes of the Hornets and Panthers existed. Without the full court heave into a funky dunk, we're left to wonder what a Charlotte vs. Chapel Hill final could have meant for the state. Former Charlotte Mayor Richard Vinroot said, "It would have been one of the games for the ages." 1977 was a moment where the young program in University City became serious. Sunbelt regular season champion, Sunbelt tournament champion, Mid-East regional champion, and a Final Four team. The painful part is this: Charlotte hasn't been back to the tournament since 2005. And for now, 1977 was and still is the peak of Charlotte 49ers basketball. I'm Cobalt Productions. Thank you for watching.